Happy Thursday, everybody. Everybody have a good Valentine's.
Oh, yes.
Hey, we're all back together.
That's what I was going to say. That's what you were going to say.
Yeah, we're all back together. It's been quite a bit since we're back all together as a group. Hey, folks, this morning we want to know, hypothetically speaking, because you might be perfectly satisfied at your job, like we all are, what is the number one thing as far as that you look for in a new job?
Money?
I think for a long time it was money, but I think it's changing for some people, and their priorities changes. So let us know in the comments. We'll talk about it in just a minute because there's some new trends that are happening in the job market. Take a look.
In recent months, there's been a big shift in where folks are looking for a job. Let's connect the dots. Government jobs are trending. According to Google Trends, those searches have reached the highest levels in 5 years. And while it might not be a dream role, it does offer some big benefits. Hiring platform Handshake says a growing number of people are looking for stability. In fact, nearly 77% of college seniors say stability is their number one priority when job searching. And government jobs offer just that. Another perk, good benefits. Things like pensions, tuition assistance, and student loan forgiveness have more and more people going the government route. And that is connecting the dots.
All right, so let us know, what do you look for if you're looking for a new job? Larry, you were just making a great point that amplifies what we were talking about government jobs. Yes. Some people catching on, some people known for a long time, but they might not pay as well.
But I think in the beginning, if you work in the federal government, you start low, but you end up with a job that's pretty much guaranteed. If you come into work every day, it's pretty much guaranteed. All the perks, all the advantages of the holidays and beyond. And the amount of leave you get, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I think I'll see you guys.
See you, Larry.
He had a good one.
Larry's next career.
Too late.
No, it's never too late, Larry.
It is right.
But I think
happy here.
Because of that, I think a lot of people, stability is really important. I mean, especially in the job market recently, and depending on what industry you've been working in and stuff like that. If you can get secure employment and it's stable and you know it's going to be there and you're not going to be sort of subject to the whims of certain industries, I can totally see how that would be appealing.
I think we also saw too.
Yeah, during the pandemic, people kind of changing that shift from like just concerned with what the pay is and focusing more on work-life balance, focusing on family. I mean, we did a story not too long ago that said people weren't as willing to take promotions anymore because they didn't even want them. Do you remember when we did that story? So it's interesting where people's priorities are now.
Well, they've changed. I mean, not even just the pandemic. Every time we do those stories, we always talk about how that trend definitely started earlier than, the 3-4 years ago. I mean, that's been a long time coming. I think mostly because people aren't getting paid as much, so you kind of readdress your priorities. If you're still struggling to make your bills, then that job has to fall lower on the priority list, especially when compared to your family and your time off and things like that.
Yeah, and benefits have been huge for people, especially for child leave, because you can see that it's like, hey, as a dad or a mom, I'm not going to get that much from this company, but then other ones can offer for mothers up to 2-3 months of leave.
And dads too.
Bank of America. So I was doing an interview with a couple that worked at Bank of America, and they both got 6 months paid.
Whoa, okay, even more than I thought.
Yes.
The dad too?
Yes. Wow. Yes. I was like, and I had like 6 weeks. No, it's like 12 now, but
6 months.
I mean, it was crazy. Yes, Larry Sprinkle.
There are a lot of other countries that give us a lot more leave. Like America has actually some of the lowest leave in
especially in Western Europe, Germany.
Oh yeah.
Like France,
Sweden, you're doing it right.
Culture.
Yeah. I think one thing that the pandemic specifically changed, though, and we talk about it, is working remotely. And I know for people that has become a big priority. For us, we come in every day.
But now they're being asked to go back, and they're all reluctant.
But even that, though, like they go back and they're like, oh, all right, I'll go back into the office 3 days a week, which like 10 years ago would have been like, wow, that's amazing. That sounds.
Who would have ever thought that?
I know.
I was about to say.
It's crazy.
It's just not a thing.
So we're getting some comments here. John Kelly saying stability, work-life balance, and believing in the mission of the organization. I work for a nonprofit.
Oh, good for you, John.
I can
Joy
see that too.
Saying that they are flexible with special health needs. Yes, of course.
Yeah.
The mission of the company is interesting because I think that's a new trend too. Now, I'd like to see some data, even if it backs it up, but I think more people are concerned about what their employers stand for and their reputations, what causes they may or may not support. I think that's been like an increase. I think that is a generational thing too. I think younger generations are more concerned about those cultural priorities when it comes to the companies they're representing.
And I think you're right, but I also think it's just what you can rationalize in your head. As far as, because I've had this conversation with folks who say to me, it's so great that you can do something you're passionate about and something you care about, and it is great. But for them, they're like, I'm not sure if I could do the holidays and the hours and the weekends. They're like, for me, my job is a job, and it's strictly that, and they get paid well, and they've got holidays, and they've got their weekends and everything like that.
I love it.
And they can, in their mind, they don't have to be passionate about it. That's fine.
Right.
That's 9 to 5.
That is 9 to 5, and they get compensated, and that's what matters. So I think for us, doing something that we've been passionate about would be a hard transition.
The other thing that we don't speak often about is the people you work with is important.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Oh, that's huge.
If you have a group, like the group of people that work on our morning show, all the people here and the people behind the scenes, I mean, it's a group of people who really like each other.
Yeah.
And generally enjoy working together. That's important.
Well, we're in a career too. I feel like if you don't, viewers are smart and they can read that on camera.
That's
You've definitely seen those YouTube clips of people not getting along always. Melissa chiming in saying, I haven't looked for a job in a decade, but if I was, I would only work remote, and I need flexibility with kids, and an elderly mother. Yes, completely understandable.
I think so many people could probably identify with that statement.
Yes.
It's important. All right, folks, chime in. Let us know, what do you look for when you're looking for a job? And then we'll see you back here tomorrow morning for a Friday edition of WCNC Charlotte To Go.
Bye, everybody.